What's going on, everyone? Jon Venus here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm joined with my brother Leo, Dr. Venus, as he's called on social media nowadays, because he is just finished with his medical training.
That's right, yeah. That's the first thing I changed on my social media.
Exactly. More credibility straight away. Today we're going to be talking about how we are bigger and more muscular, stronger as vegans compared to when we ate a lot of meat. And we used to eat a lot of meat. So first thing I want to say is that we're not here to talk bad about your habits, your eating habits. If you're eating animal products at this moment, it's, okay, you're on your path, but we're just here to share our experiences and how things have changed when we start adopting a plant-based diet. So first thing I want to say is that my transformation, I've been working out for 8 years, and so I've had 4 years, or actually 3 years on a meat-based diet while bodybuilding, trying to build up a good physique, and then 4 years on a plant-based diet. Because I started by eating meat, a lot of people will discredit my progress and say that I'm just maintaining, although in videos and pictures you can clearly see that I've developed quite a lot after switching to a vegan diet. But what's cool with Leo is that he has made all his gains as a vegan. We have a lot of clips that we're going to be throwing up here, but you can see that he is definitely way bigger now than he was, just a couple of years ago. So the first point that I wanted to make is that it's not more difficult necessarily if you know what you're doing. It's not going to be slower on a vegan diet, that's for sure. Yeah. And we have a lot of personal experience and also research suggesting the same thing.
Yeah, no, and I really like how you said it's not going to be difficult if you know what you're doing, and I think that is the only limiting factor that can exist, is that it's less usual, it's less normal to do this on a plant-based diet, and therefore the information is less available to most people. So the only difficulty can be to actually get started and do the right things from the beginning. However, most people who are serious about building muscle do actually have to do some research, do have to learn the things that they have to do, the right nutrition as well as the right training. Yeah. So from that point of view, regardless of if you're doing it with animal products or on a plant-based diet, you're definitely going to have to educate yourself. So it takes a bit of effort either way. However, once you know what you're doing, I would say, if anything, there's probably an advantage to doing it on a plant-based diet.
You guys know that I promote this lifestyle, and I'm all about, my mission is to get people on a vegan diet and live this lifestyle, because there's so many benefits that you can't really know without having experienced and lived through it for a certain amount of time. And like Leo says, knowledge and information is the most important thing, and a lot of people are lacking that, which is why we're here talking to you guys. I kind of hit a certain plateau in my training, and when I switched to a plant-based diet, I all of a sudden, noticed huge amounts of energy. My bench press, my strength was out of this world. It increased like never before, and I gained a lot of muscle mass in the first 6 months to 12 months. So I didn't see any decline, I didn't see any stagnation. I actually saw a boost in performance and muscle mass. And of course, after you've been training for 5, 6, 7 years, your muscle gains will slow down. It's not because, oh yeah, he's reaching his vegan limits or anything like that. It's just because, as a natural lifter, there's a certain amount of progress you can make each year if you're, not taking any drugs or anything like that, which we never have touched. So progress will automatically slow down. So it doesn't mean that the diet is failing. It's just you can't just put muscle on forever. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and I would like to say as well, in terms of the protein, this is one of the most common worries that people have, and it's also one of the easiest ones to actually get past, because protein is in every food. It's in every animal food and in every plant food, and all the essential amino acids, everything you need to build muscle is on a plant-based diet. And we even have supplements, sports supplements, just like the animal-based ones on a vegan diet as well. On the protein issue though, I do have to say my personal experience does contrast a little bit with yours, where I actually did stagnate a little bit when I first went vegan. And the reason is, again, you can jump onto and say, oh, it's the vegan diet. And during that time, John was actually pressuring me, saying that you will lose gains.
Because Leo's been vegan for 2 or 3 years longer than me.
Yeah.
And I was giving him the hardest time. I was a huge advocate of eating meat and being manly and that kind of stuff. So I was giving him a super hard time.
Yeah, he was telling me you're gonna lose your muscle.
Yeah.
And actually,
and he did, and I was like, see?
Exactly. And the reason is very easy to jump on and just say, oh, it's because you went vegan. However, I was new to the vegan diet, and again, I was misinformed. I didn't have the information, and I was eating a very, very high carb, very almost fruitarian type of diet.
Yes, you were.
And I was eating something like 20 bananas every day, having 3 smoothies a day.
30 bananas a day, man. That was a trend back then.
Oh yeah, that's true actually, yeah. So basically I was eating a lot of carbs and not enough protein. I was getting weaker and I was getting frustrated, and I was starting to think, maybe John is right. Maybe the vegan lifestyle does make you weaker. The protein issue it's very easy to get past, but if you underestimate it, it can bite you as well.
I've been getting this every single day, like for the past 5 or 4 years, and it's just comments after comments saying that, you know, it's impossible, you're taking steroids, you're, you know, just eating supplements and protein powders all day. You know, there is no way that this is sustainable, that, you know, you're actually healthy, show us your blood work. And we do that like year after year. We keep providing more and more evidence proof, and a lot of people just, you know, don't want to believe anything, and that is 100% fine. But I'm here to tell you that it's one of the best things that you can do for your own body. I know it's hard, I know it's super different, I know it sounds weird, but you know, you don't have to go 100% straight away. Just try replacing one meal at a time. You know, do vegan 1 day a week or something like that, and make sure that you're getting the information from credible sources. Everyone that I know that has gone vegan and has, you know, tried to, you know, incorporate a vegan lifestyle with sports and exercise and that kind of stuff has seen amazing results, and they're still vegan. You know, it's pretty crazy, which is why I've been so consistent with this message, pounding it to you guys so often, is because I truly believe in this stuff.
One thing I would say that we're really lucky is that our whole family has jumped on board. That really makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people on my Instagrams will always say the hardest thing is having your family not support you and,
family
being
and friends.
against it.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So the social aspect is the hardest part. Now, as a medical doctor, I can tell you that the science is huge behind the plant-based diet, whether it be for health or for performance or for whatever it is. This is not a fad. And then we can actually get into some of the reasons why a plant-based diet might be better in terms of sports and performance. And it's, as we mentioned, the protein and all of the essential building blocks for a successful athletic physique are there. Now, the other things that can play a role is, number one, inflammation. So study after study shows that people on a plant-based diet have lower levels of inflammation, which is probably one of the reasons why a lot of athletes going plant-based notice a tremendous increase in the recovery speed, right? So you recover much faster, which allows you to train more frequently with less pains and really hit it hard every time you're going. And obviously that over the long term is going to have a huge effect. Another thing is less sick days. Obviously if you're getting sick 3, 4, 5 times a year, you know, that's also going to have a little bit of a setback every time.
Quite a big one. You know, I used to be sick quite often, and that would completely ruin my progress and that kind of stuff, because you can't push yourself in the gym. Like, it's impossible. But the thing that I noticed the most myself personally was my digestion, right? Because throughout the years I always struggled with constipation, really bad digestion. I wouldn't go to the bathroom, you know, more than a couple times a week at its worst. So, you know, immediately, and this happens to a lot of people, when you introduce whole plant foods and a lot of fiber, you eliminate the slow digesting animal proteins, you will end up digesting the food so much quicker, which means you'll just get more energetic because everything is going to the right place and it's not getting all clogged up in there. A lot of people think that plants are less bioavailable, less complete and that kind of stuff, but that is not the case at all, because all plants have all amino acids, just not in the same amounts. I've never focused on, you know, trying to hit certain amino acid targets or anything like that. I've just been eating intuitively most of the time, and obviously I track my food once in a while to show you guys all the benefits and all the nutrients that are included in a typical meal or a day of eating. So it's just like once you get it done, once you've lived it for a while, you realize that this is like the easiest. It's like a hack. The reason why I do it is because of all the benefits that not only does it give me, but it gives everyone else on the planet, the environment, the animals, and that kind of stuff. That is the main reason, and the reason why it keeps me so fulfilled to keep eating this way and spreading the message as well.
Changing someone's opinion is actually extremely difficult, and whether you are factually correct, whether all of the science is behind you, you just telling people what is correct is not going to do anything.
You can't.
If the other person isn't receptive, you can be the most correct person in the world, but that person isn't going to get anything out of it.
That's why we're not trying to tell you guys what to do. All we can do is provide information, share our experience.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly. And then everything else is up to you.
Exactly. But mark my words, we are on the right side of history, and you guys should be too. Don't forget to subscribe to my little spaghetti man brother, Leo Venus, or Dr. Venus. Link in the description box below. Thank you so much. Let me know what you thought about this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out.